After decades of sending jobs overseas, American companies are coming home. The onshoring surge of 2025 is real, and it's massive. From tech giants to automakers, big firms are betting billions on U.S. factories. So what's driving this wave of domestic investment? And what does it mean for the future of American industry? Let's start with what's happening on the ground. Across states like Arizona, Texas, Ohio, and Georgia, construction cranes are rising. Entire industrial zones are being transformed. Semiconductor fabs, EV battery plants, and new manufacturing hubs are being built at a pace we haven't seen in decades. Intel, TSMC, Samsung, Ford, Hyundai, and Tesla are just a few of the names expanding their U.S. operations. These are not small token projects. They represent multi-billion-dollar bets on America's future. This isn't symbolic. It's strategic. The first major driver is supply chain security. The pandemic exposed just how fragile global supply chains had become. When factories in Asia shut down, American businesses found themselves paralyzed. Shortages of chips, electronics, and even basic goods created bottlenecks across the economy. Onshoring reduces that risk. By moving production closer to home, companies gain control over their supply chains and reduce dependency on far-flung regions that can be disrupted by politics, disasters, or global crises. Security has now become just as important as cost. The second driver is geopolitics. Rising tariffs and tensions with China have forced executives to rethink the risks of foreign manufacturing. Over-reliance on China leaves companies vulnerable not only to trade disputes, but also to national security concerns. Building in the U.S. allows firms to avoid tariff barriers, reduce political exposure, and appeal to customers who increasingly want to see Made in America labels. In a world where politics directly shapes markets, onshoring is a hedge against uncertainty. The third driver is incentives. The U.S. government is pumping billions into subsidies and tax breaks for semiconductors, electric vehicles, and clean energy. The CHIPS Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, and other legislation have created powerful financial reasons to invest domestically. If companies want to qualify for those incentives, they need to build and expand inside the United States. For many firms, the math makes perfect sense. Subsidies offset higher labor costs, and the promise of long-term government support makes the U.S. a safer bet. The fourth driver is technology. For years, U.S. factories were considered too expensive because of labor costs. But advances in robotics, artificial intelligence, and automation are changing the equation. Machines now handle much of the work once done by human hands. AI systems manage logistics, track inventory, and optimize production lines. This doesn't mean people are out of the picture, but it does mean that efficiency and resilience now matter more than cheap labor. The gap between overseas and U.S. manufacturing costs is narrowing quickly. For workers, this surge is a mixed story. On one hand, thousands of new jobs are being created in engineering, construction, and advanced manufacturing. Local economies are seeing booms as factories break ground and supply chains grow around them. But these are not the factory jobs of the past. They're higher tech, more automated, and often require specialized training. Welding, coding, robotics maintenance, and advanced engineering skills are in demand. Workers who adapt to these new realities will find opportunity, but those relying on traditional low-skill roles may be left behind. Retraining and workforce development will be critical if the U.S. wants to fully capture the benefits of this manufacturing revival. For communities, onshoring means new infrastructure and investment. States competing for factories are offering land, tax breaks, and workforce training programs. Cities that once lost jobs to offshoring in the 1990s and 2000s now see a chance to revive their local economies. The return of factories could spark growth in housing, schools, and small businesses that serve these expanding workforces. In some ways, this looks like the early stages of a new industrial era. But we should be clear, onshoring is not a return to the past. It's not the same kind of mass employment manufacturing America had in the mid-20th century. Instead, it's a more technology-driven version of industry. Fewer people will work on assembly lines, but more will be needed in design, programming, and advanced equipment management. Success will depend on whether the U.S. workforce can adapt to this higher-skilled environment. There are also challenges. Building new factories is expensive and time-consuming. Many of the projects underway will take years before they're fully operational. Companies also face hurdles in finding enough skilled labor. Even with incentives, labor shortages and permitting delays can slow progress. And while automation reduces costs, it also limits the number of traditional jobs created. The Made in America era may bring pride and resilience, but it won't necessarily look like the job boom of past generations. Still, the strategic shift is undeniable. Businesses are betting that the future of manufacturing lies not in chasing the cheapest labor, but in building resilient, high-tech supply chains closer to home. And that shift is reshaping America's economic map. States like Arizona and Texas are becoming semiconductor hubs. The Midwest is regaining its reputation as a center for automotive and battery production. The South is attracting clean energy and EV investments. The industrial geography of the U.S. is being rewritten in real time. Here's the takeaway. The onshoring surge isn't just political talk anymore. It's happening on the ground, with billions of dollars being spent and factories being built. Companies are betting that the future of manufacturing is not in China, but in America. And if they're right, the next decade could be defined by a new Made in America era, one that looks different than the past, but could be just as transformative.